Hi everyone, I'm Megan from Disney Fast Forward. Today we are discussing what it means to walk a reservation for Disney Vacation Club and how to do it. So, what is walking a reservation? Well, let me take a step back and explain the system to you. Disney Vacation Club, or DVC, allows members to add and remove days from an existing reservation called modifying a reservation. This provides great flexibility for members if their plans change, but it also creates an opportunity to potentially manipulate the system to your advantage. This is a method that some DVC members have devised to help secure some of the hard-to-get reservations, which allows them to reserve a room days or even weeks ahead of their intended travel dates, and then continuing to add and delete dates over time and shifting their reservation forward. So, if you get a DVC contract at any home resort, what they'll tell you is that you have an 11-month booking advantage at that home resort. Yay! But here is one big secret. It's actually not 11 months. It's 11 months and 7 days booking advantage. So you can book up to 7 days from that 11-month mark, essentially allowing you to book days ahead of the 11-month period, as long as your starting date is within that 11-month window. So you would choose the latest day possible plus 7 days. So this has been a little bit of a minor controversy for years, and I'm not surprised by the number of DVC members who are upset about this. What is shocking to me is the number of DVC members who don't know about this, and I was one of them about a year ago. I figured out what walking was, and I realized I needed to use it for some of my reservations that I had coming up. People say it's not fair to do this, but I rule my life by effectiveness. I paid for points, I want the dates I want, and I rent the room that I want, so I'll use any loopholes that they have until they're closed, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it because it's part of the system. You can either work the system or feel scorned by the system. I'd rather just work it. So, why might you want to walk a reservation? Well, certain times of the year are going to be very busy, and so starting earlier can help you get into a room, since when you start could be a little bit less busy. So say you're looking at Christmas, or say you're looking at a holiday season and you know that it's going to be very busy, potentially you want to start your walking behavior maybe 2 weeks in advance. I've even heard of people doing this months in advance. I don't think that you need to do that, but if you want to have a little bit of an advantage, you jump in and you make your reservation at a lower desired time, and you move it until you get it to the place that you want it to be. So for instance, I belong to Grand Californian, which is a very small, almost boutique DVC level of rooms. There aren't a ton of rooms, and it's very hard to score exactly what you want. So I've used this walking behavior twice now, and it works. So for example, say you want to book December 1st through 5th. Instead of starting January 1st, what you would do is you'd go book a week or two earlier when you see the dates open up for your 4 nights. You can do up to seven nights if you want, but say you want 4 nights. So you can do those 4 nights, and then once it's booked, you just keep adjusting or modifying till you have the dates that you want. It gives you a little bit of an advantage. At 11 months, this works really well at your home resort to get what you want. You can also do this at the 7-month booking window, which you would be doing this for a non-home resort DVC stay. But it's not foolproof because home resort owners can always book those nights that you are trying to get. So one big tip is check the points calendar and make sure that you're not using more points on your walk than you want to spend on your desired end dates. So make sure that when you're booking, you're counting up all the points you're using as you're walking, and look in advance between when you're starting and when you're ending your walk. Because once you use points within a given year, those points cannot be banked to the next year. They live in that year you used them, and they must be used within that same year. So be very careful about that. So let me demonstrate for you how you would go about doing this, and just give you a for instance on the way you might walk a reservation in the future. Okay, so I am logged into my DVC account, and here is the calendar for booking. So it is February 4th. I'm going to click through, and I'm going to find the latest date possible. So it's February 4th. 11 months in advance is January 4th. But say I want to have a later date in January and I'm worried about those dates. There's really no reason to be worried about a January date for anyone who's wondering, but for all intents and purposes, let me just demonstrate how this would work. So 11 months in advance, your 11-month booking window. I click the 4th. As you can see, the dates that become available are the 4th and the next 7 days. So if I was booking, I could book the 4th through the 11th. And what that does is it gives me all these dates further in advance. And if I wanted to walk this reservation, what I would do is I would continue shifting my reservation and modifying it so that maybe I start on the 6th and I go to the 13th and then I go to the 8th and it goes to the 15th. But you keep going down the line, and basically every date that you would be starting your new reservation is within the old reservation that you're modifying. So this works, and this is how you would continue to shift your reservation later and later and later until you are to the point where your reservation dates are covered. So there you go. That's walking a reservation. Stay tuned for more Disney fun and let me help you fast forward to your next Disney vacation.